Join us for a break.
A boba break.
I'm your host, Zara.
And I'm your other host, Grace. And today we actually have a guest. Guest, do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Hill or Hillside H1LLSID3,
Or Hilly Vanilli Bean.
as many know me
Mhm.
by.
Also
Yes,
known as the creator of our intro outro for the season.
that's
I did do that. Yeah,
true.
I did do that.
Yeah, you did do that. You did do that. Well, what are you drinking today, Hill?
Well, I did have a milkshake, but I chugged it way too fast. So now I'm moved on to an orange mango sparkling water.
Yummy. What brand?
Aldi brand, sparkling frost.
Yo,
I
those
love
shit
that. Those are
slap.
good.
They
So
slap
good.
so hard.
They're
Oh my
so
god.
good. My
So good.
lifeline.
For real, for real. All right. How about you, Zara? What are you drinking?
Listen, I know Grace is proud of me. You guys will be proud of me too. I actually have a boba today. I went earlier and I got two different bobas. I drank my Oreo foam one when I got it. And then I got a strawberry matcha that I put into the fridge and I actually have it and I still have half of it left at least. So,
I mean, we did take a minute to record, so that's not your fault.
yeah, no, it's fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what are you drinking?
I have a pistachio milk tea. I got the large instead of the regular this time, so I didn't drink it all on the way home. And then I didn't
That's
take a single sip until I sat down here at the computer. So did it really matter in the end?
that's
Not
fine.
really. But it's
That
very
sounds
yummy.
fire though. I wish that we had something like that here.
I love pistachio flavored things. Delicious. Yummy.
Oh my god, pistachio ice cream slaps. I don't even care what anybody says. So many people that I've told that I love pistachio ice cream. They're like, ew.
Our grocery store here sells a honey pistachio ice cream.
Oh, I would fuck it up.
That sounds
It's
really
so good. It's so good. Delicious. 10 out
Oh,
of 10.
that's amazing. Okay, well, here's the thing, guys. I have come prepared today. Usually, when we have guests, not just we usually just fumble through it, which is still going to happen. But I also did come up with some questions. So without further ado, are you ready for your interrogation?
I'm so scared right now. I'm shaking.
It's not an interrogation, guys. I promise. I just keep making the joke. I will beat the horse into the ground.
Am I going to prison?
Oh, time to arrest you.
More like our basement, but that's okay.
You can't tell people
What the freak?
that. No, but for real. So if you guys don't know, we became friends with Hill because of our good friend Jingles. And Hill is an amazing producer, singer, songwriter, all of the things. But
I could not disagree more, but I really appreciate your words. Thank you.
listen, we're all our biggest critics, so I get it. But I want to hear how you got started with producing and writing and singing.
Um, well, I mean, as far as like singing, I just like, when you're like 5 years old, you're like, I want to be a singer, So that's kind of
Yeah,
like how that
same.
started. I just like knew I wanted it. And I was in choir my whole life and liked it a lot.
Period.
Ended up having to quit because my grades were too bad, but it's still had a lot of fun. I did like solo ensemble. I had like an 8-piece a cappella group that I used to perform with when I was in like early high school, late middle school, and I just really, I don't know, I always really liked it. I always really liked performing, really in any sense. I was also in like this, not every like state or school has it, but I was in this like program called Destination Imagination, or DI, and it's like there's a bunch of different like categories that you can like work on within that, but me and my team always did improv, so we did that for like 7 years. Always went to state. We were like always doing really, really well. And as far as producing, I mean, I started playing guitar when I was 11. I started playing drums when I was like 8. Picked up ukulele when I was like probably 15 or 16. Started teaching myself piano when I was like, I think I got my first keyboard when I was probably like 14. And I knew I wanted to make music and I would like write music, but I just didn't really know how to produce it, you know? And so I like I was looking up like the easiest and like cheapest ways to do it. I didn't know about, other ways to acquire um things, and so I figured that the cheapest way to do was like GarageBand on an Apple product. So I would like play around on like my phone or like an iPad, and then eventually somebody in my family bought me a MacBook. Um, and I started like kind of learning like how patterns and like sound selection worked there, but just it never really like clicked and it never really sounded right. And every time I tried to learn about it, I would get really frustrated with like not being able to make something sound perfect immediately. Um, and so then I kept like giving up and then picking it back up again. I started taking it a little bit more seriously in like late 2019, early 2020, when I found out what BandLab was. And so then I started producing on BandLab, where there was a lot more sound selection to choose from. And I still just like it still just wasn't like clicking for me though, and I was still just like getting frustrated over and over again. I like was like buying licenses for like YouTube type beats for a while in that era too, and like writing over them to practice writing. I have like so many songs that like have pre-produced beats that I like will never put out. And they're all really bad. So like I have no problem with that. I was like 19, 20, 21 maybe. Um, and then I like got a career and was working 50, 60 hours a week and just kind of like forgot about music in general. I stopped playing guitar, stopped really playing all instruments. And then I met my partner. Her name is Ellie, but professionally known as Lige, Lij. People pronounce it all sorts of different ways, but I found her on TikTok, and she was promoting like an album, I think, or like a song, and I really liked it, and I thought she was really pretty. So um, I was like being weird in her comments, not like really. I was like being silly, and I would just like comment on her stuff whenever I'd see it on my For You page, um, and she ended up following me back at some point, and then like a year later, I just like felt like shooting my shot with her, and I did not want a relationship. I just like like when you're lonely and you're looking for attention, as we
No,
do.
literally,
No,
yeah.
real. That's real.
Yeah.
We've all been there at one point or another. And so I posted like a very on my private account, not my like where I'm not Hill, that account where I did post my face. I like posted like a of like very kind of thirst trappy type video, and I only was posting it in hopes that she would see it. 1 minute after posting it, she commented "Hey" with a bunch of like Y's, and then I just DM'd her straight up, and I was like, "I'm not looking for anything, but I think you're really pretty." And fast forward 2 months, she's living in my home from across the country, and then fast forward a few months from there, she was telling me that she wanted to like reproduce and re-release some of her old music that she had taken down. And there was this one song that, and it's like she did re-record it and it put it on an album called Variable. The song is called October, and it's really good, but the original version of it, that she wanted, like, for those who don't know, my girlfriend, she uses like two different vocal ranges a lot in her music. Like she has like a much more masculine sounding vocal range and then a much more feminine sounding vocal range. And it's really cool. And she had taken down all of her masculine sounding stuff to in favor of the feminine, but then she like missed the masculine sounding, so she wanted to put that back out. So October originally had her masculine vocals, but it had a feature on it from somebody who she doesn't like anymore, and she didn't want to re-put up that version of that song. And
Yeah.
as a joke, completely as a joke, I said, like, what if I did it? And then she told me, she was like, actually, I was going to ask you that, like, if you wanted to, very seriously. And then we were talking about it, and we wrote a verse together, we recorded it, and then I told her, I was like, well, I mean, like, And at this point too, I had quit my job for completely unrelated reasons. I was in a wheelchair. I couldn't perform at that job anymore. And so I had all this time to like start doing music again and start thinking about it again. And I told her, I was like, well, if I want to like put out my own music at some point, like, is that going to, there's like a lot of logistics when it comes to releasing, right? I was like, is this going to end up on my Spotify profile or my Apple Music profile after we release, like after I release my own music, if I already have this feature with you that like isn't tied to a profile? And we were
Yeah.
thinking about that, researching that, and came to the conclusion that it would ultimately be easier if we released a song for me myself that's not a feature on her music first, and then we could release October with me featured, and then it would show up on my profile because we'd be able to link it like that. And so then, and I hadn't written anything in a long time at that point, but I had a bunch of stuff that I had written over the last 15 years, and she told me to just send her a bunch of stuff that I had written in the past, and I did, and she kind of like stitched things together, and then within like literally 2 hours she like had fully produced a song. And then like the next day we recorded it, and that was Copilot. And then we released it, and it was really cool. It was something that I had always wanted to do my entire life. I don't think I ever would have done it without her. And without us recording a song that still isn't out. It's been well over a year since we recorded October, and every couple months I like bring it up, like, are we ever gonna put that anywhere? But now she has like a very like she has a sound for herself now, and that song doesn't really align with the songs she's been putting out now. So we're gonna have to
Yeah.
like redo a bunch of stuff on it. We have a few different songs we've recorded together that just never ended up being released, but and now she's like in talks with labels, so there's a chance they may never get released, but they're all good and I like them. So hopefully, but yeah. And then like I think it was like a month after Copilot came out that she said, hey, my little brother is getting back into producing again, and he really wants to like he wants you to have this that he made. And he sent the beat over. I listened to it. I said, holy shit, that's incredible. Like, this is so cool. This is maybe like the coolest like song I've ever heard. And then I told Ellie that I did want it, and then she was sifting through stuff again of mine that I had written, and we sat down and we wrote together a little bit, and then we just came up with Miscommunicate. And then after Miscommunicate, and that's like fan favorite, everybody loves Miscommunicate, and it's an incredible song. But her little brother is not, he doesn't have like any of his own music released, so I couldn't credit him for any of that. But the real ones know that's Mikey's beat, not Ellie's. But yeah, then that's how Miscommunicate came out. And then after that, I told Ellie, I was like, I really want to like actually learn how to do this by myself. Like, I'd love to figure it out, but it is so overwhelming to me. And I was having a hard time letting go of BandLab, and because it was just, BandLab is just so easy.
Yeah.
But it's also incredibly limiting. Like, there's only so much you can do. And so she helped me have FL Studio now, and she taught me like the basics, the basics, and I was still really struggling with it. And she told me, there will come a day, like, just keep playing with it, keep letting yourself be frustrated, and there will come a day where you wake up and it clicks. And after a couple months, it truly, as she described, I literally woke up and I understood how it worked. And then I decided that I was going to be really strict with myself, and I was going to sit down and I was going to stay sitting down until I finished something that sounded good and that I liked. And then I did that, and I have not like fully made that song. I don't know if I'll ever like write lyrics for it or anything. I kind of just like how it is as it is. I've showed it to many people. You guys, the two of you, have probably heard it. I don't know for sure, but it's a cool little thing. And then I like last October, I like gave myself the challenge of like trying to produce something even like 30 seconds long every day, and I lasted like I think a week and a half before I burnt myself out. and didn't not there was nothing too incredible that came out of that, and there's still not much incredible. I did come up with like a few things that were really, really good. One of those ended up being my song "The Fool." That's the like one song
Love
that I
that
have
song.
out that I have like I did 98% of the production on there. Ellie mixed and mastered it. Um, and then I also did like most of the writing on that too. I'm very proud of that song. It's not my favorite, but I'm proud of it because I did it, and I wasn't using a ton of help for that one. Um, but
Hell yeah.
I enjoy that one. The Fool is good. And then after that, then the Byline remix of Copilot came out, which is like world's most insane remix that I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, which I
Yeah.
was gonna ask you about, by the way. So, first of all, when you were like, "Hey, can I play you guys something that I'm gonna be releasing soon?" And it's a remix of Copilot, and I was like, anything by Hillside, absolutely. And then you played it for us, and I was like, "This is sick." And so I don't remember. You said that multiple people worked on the remix.
Yeah, so Byline is a like kind of digicore hyper poppy duo comprised of Xylo and Petrichor. Petrichor's name is Gavin, so I call him that a lot when talking about him. But they only, I think, have like one or two songs released on Spotify. They have quite a few on SoundCloud. They individually make a lot of stuff together, but when they put their brains together, they make some of the like most insane sounding stuff.
Yeah.
It's incredible. When they said that they wanted to do a remix of it, I was expecting it to be just like hyper poppy, like a little bit dubsteppy, something like that. Um, and then they gave it back to me, and it was just the most like atmospheric, like botanical, beautiful thing that I had ever heard. And then that last 1 minute of the just like harsh, like headbangy, like
Yeah.
EDM. It was truly I've never heard a song like it before in my life. And to think that it was my song and that gave them that inspiration to make something like that. And it is like 5 minutes long. It's like the longest thing ever. But that it's just they really like outdid it, and they completely like the chorus is a different chorus than the original song. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but like they really like moved everything around.
Yeah,
They
they
took
really
like,
like went in there.
oh my lord, yeah, they went crazy. And I've been kind of working on stuff with them that like outside of remixes. We've been working together on some stuff, especially me and Gavin. um it's been we the three of us all, and many of my other friends that make music too, we go through these phases where we lock in really deeply for 2 weeks, and then for like 3 months we don't touch and a DAW at all. We don't work on anything. And so they've both been in that space for the last few months, so we haven't worked on anything too
Mhm.
recently, but hopefully we get back to it again,
Yeah.
because these two songs that we've been working on I am really excited about, and I'd love their help on them. And but I can't, you can't push somebody to work on something. I also am working on some stuff with my friend Ethan. He goes by Reverie. He makes some really cool stuff. And by I say when I say I'm working on stuff with him, he sent me a project that he's working on and asked me if I wanted to work on it with him, and I said yes. And now it's been 4 months and I've done nothing to it. Um,
That's how
so
it goes. Yeah.
that's the way it goes. But no, I do. I have a great passion for music, and I want to keep making it. It's just I have chronic fatigue, so it's hard for me to like have the energy and the motivation to do things when I like
Yeah.
have to go to work. And then outside of that, you only feel inspiration when you feel inspiration. You can't force it. Even if I'm like, I want to work on music so bad today, it's like I could open it up and like put down a pattern and a synth, but like what's gonna come after that, if I'm not feeling it.
Yeah, because I don't know if you get this way, but for me, it's like if I try to do something creative, I'm like trying to force it, then it feels like I just kind of create shit.
No, yeah, yeah. Nothing good ever like comes out of like forcing yourself into it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have so many project files of moments where I've tried to force myself to sit down and do something, and it's like the worst possible thing you could listen to. Like it's
Yeah.
awful.
And you can just, I feel like you could just tell if you're like somebody looking in on it because you're like, this doesn't feel like it has the same amount of passion. It doesn't feel like it has the same kind of like drive
Yeah,
as I'm used
exactly.
to.
Exactly. Oh, I forgot to say too, I made a new friend recently. Their name is Swaddle. And they actually Ellie held a remix contest. She's doing this thing now in her Discord server where she does remix contests for all of her new songs. And I am a judge for those contests. And Swaddle won first place, and they are an insane producer. And then I made it a mission that I wanted to be friends with them just because they seemed really funny and cool. And then I DM'd them. We started playing Fortnite together, and then they sent me a message and were like, "Hey, do you want to make a digicore song with me?" And I said, "I don't know how to make digicore. Like that's such a complex genre that I have. I make pop music. Like I don't know how to do digicore." And then they said, "How about we just like get in a call and you can sit and I'll produce the music and then we'll work on it, the rest of it later." And they made some of the most insane sounding things that I've heard. I'm really, really excited about it. We haven't done
Mhm.
any writing for it yet, but the intro is a clip from when we were playing Fortnite where I said, "Does anybody want a legendary shoddy?" And then they go, "The legendary shoddy," and then it just like goes into this like crazy synth heavy saw wave, tons
Mhm.
of arps and melodies happening at the same time, like absolutely insane. Um, and so I'm really
Ugh,
excited for that project to continue being worked on. The song will be about Fortnite too. Number
that
one
is
victory
beautiful.
royale.
It is
Yeah, Fortnite, we're
beautiful.
about to get down type stuff.
It's
Yeah.
very beautiful. Speaking of Fortnite, when are we playing together? I
Literally whenever.
re-downloaded. I literally
Literally.
re-downloaded it. I was ready to play, and then everybody stopped playing, and I was
I
like,
go
"All right,
through
guys."
phases, you know. It's just like Minecraft. You go through a 2 week phase and then you put it down for a while. But no, I'm in my Fortnite phase again. Like
Yeah,
let
I'm
me
I'm itching to use my Ariana Grande skin again.
Oh, you have Ari? That's crazy. If you be Ari, I could be like I have Sabrina, I have Lady Gaga, I have Chapel.
Oh my god, that's beautiful.
So we could be a dynamic duo. I'm
I
down
Oh,
love
for
that
that.
would
that for
be
y'all.
beautiful. All right, you can get into it too, Grace. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Join
be a
us.
different skin because I don't have any pop singers or any
It's
singers at all. I
fine.
just got like the two kind of like close to furry ones. So
Yeah.
Hmm,
I
and
know
then the
exactly
one
what one you're
like
talking
gamer
about.
girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
it's fine. We could just
Yeah.
be girly pops, you
We
know?
can pretend. There's
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
skin in the battle pass right now that I don't know if you guys know who Nina Girachi is. She's like an
Mhm.
insane, and she's insane. There's a skin in the battle pass right now that looks a lot like Nina Girachi, and the skin is a DJ. So like,
That's
I
crazy.
just call it the Nina Girachi skin, and I did just unlock it. If anybody cares at all, so
Hell yeah. You're
yeah,
really making me want to play again, you know? Like,
we
we'll just load
can.
it up tonight.
Yeah, no, I was
Exactly.
gonna say right after this we can go ahead and do that, but I'm making my stream comeback. We're ending the hiatus, and
Oh my god, that's so
Whoa.
yeah,
exciting.
yeah, I haven't streamed in over 6 months. Um,
Oh, I feel
Real.
that.
yeah,
Real.
yeah, and I'm ending the hiatus. I have a new model. I have new emotes. I have new overlays and everything, and I'm gonna.
I'm so excited for you. I've been seeing the
Yeah.
process of you remaking all of the stuff, and I was just like, oh, I cannot wait for this.
Oh yeah, no, it's. Oh my lord, I'm dropping things. Um, Yeah, I was telling Jingles that I didn't want to make a big deal out of my comeback. Like I kind of just wanted to come back and kind of not
Hmm.
talk about it, more so out of the fear that like I am gonna put it back down again. Because the last time I streamed, I think was like a Repo collab, and I had said that I was making my comeback, and then I left for 5 months. So I just don't want that to happen again. But I am like really determined. It's just it's hard. I'm working less often now though, so that will give me more energy throughout the rest of
Yeah,
the week when I'm not there.
that's
Um,
good.
so hopefully I can just like stick with it again. I'm never gonna
Mhm.
have a strict schedule though because when you have fatigue and pain, you literally never know.
Yeah.
You could feel great one day and the next day wake up like the worst you've ever felt in your life. So no strict schedule, just when I feel up to it, I'm going to. And I think today, unless I am like too tired, then I'm not going to. But I'm kind of determined to tonight. I'm gonna stream. what's the name of the game? Something 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 Edith Finch. My sister bought it for
Oh,
me, and she
oh
said that
my
it'll make me
god.
cry. So, and I love to
Yeah,
cry
it
on it.
will.
And yeah,
It
Yeah.
will, and it's a great story, and you're gonna love it.
from what I've read about it, it I don't know. Have you played the game Gone Home?
Mm-mm, but I've heard about it.
Um, yeah, I mean, like, I just read like the quick like synopsis of what the game was, which is like you explore a house to uncover a story. That's essentially what Gone Home is. That game came out in like 2013, I think. I'm
Mhm.
so obsessed with Gone Home. I like have the original soundtrack on vinyl. Like I've loved that game since I was a little kid. Well, little kid, I was like 15, um,
Little
but
enough.
but no, it was one of the like first games that like hit the near mainstream that had like lesbians in the storyline. So it was really really a huge deal for me as a lesbian. So
Hell
um
yeah.
I yeah, I love that game, and I really love any game that's kind of like that. So I think that I'm gonna really like this Edith Finch game. I asked my sister today on a scale of 1 to 10, how likely do you think I am to cry? And she said, well, I didn't cry, but also I'm on the max dose of Lexapro, so maybe you will. It deals with painful
Period.
trauma. So I'm going to say 6 out of 10. Um, and so we'll see. I'll keep everybody updated on if I sob and sob and sob or not. But I'm a very emotional person. I love to stream and sob. That's
Oh,
in
same.
one combo. Yeah.
I love when the views go up when I'm crying.
Yeah, yeah,
Disconnect.
literally, literally. And I haven't been able to like the last like few months of me streaming, and I was talking to Jingles about this, how I was like, I really love that whenever I stream now, I can expect viewers to be there, and many of them are my friends. And
Hmm.
like it keeps things like fun and light, and we're joking and stuff in the comments. But at the same time, I really want to like I want to still play story games, like heavy emotional story. Like that's kind of like part of why I wanted to start streaming was to play things that were kind of heavy hitting. Those are some of my favorite types of games, and I know I'm not alone in that. And of course, I like a cozy game and a simulator, and I love Fortnite, and I like Repo and all those other like friend slop games.
Yeah.
Um, but like the day that I met Jingles, I was streaming Life is Strange, and um, and Jingles and Brandon also was in chat, and they were both being silly goofy. And I was fine with that because I met two of my current best friends that I've ever had, and but I haven't really. I think that was the last time I streamed the story game because I was like, now everybody is silly in my chat, and it just like doesn't like fit the same vibe. And so then I just started playing like
Hmm.
Minecraft and Vintage and, whatever else cozy games I could find so that we could be silly together. And I still want to make
Yeah.
space for that, obviously, but I have been hoarding emotionally heavy story games that I have never played because I've been waiting to stream them, and I just haven't been streaming. So we're gonna start off with something heavy. I had a poll in my Discord server for what game to play. I think we did Until Then, which I think Grace bought for me. But Until Then, yeah,
I,
yeah, you
I
did buy
did.
that for me. Yeah,
When I did
um,
what?
yeah.
When I
What did I do?
remember.
No, yeah, we voted on Until Then, Spiritfarer, Edith Finch, and I think there was one other one I don't remember. But Harmony: The Fall of Reverie. And
Mm.
it was a unanimous Edith Finch. Everybody voted for that. So that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, that's exciting. But yeah, so I was gonna say because like before I started streaming as like a VTuber back in like 2019, I was streaming as like a face cam streamer, and it's definitely, I don't know, it's like it gets super lonely whenever you don't tell your friends or like anybody that you know about the fact that you're streaming because I don't know, like I had this idea like I was going to start streaming and then I was going to just magically somehow get followers, get viewers.
Mm-hmm.
And like for me, I had one viewer. He was a very loyal viewer. Love that guy. He was great. But it was so different going into streaming as a VTuber because I actually told people about it and I made friends within the community
Yeah.
before I started streaming. So then when I had my debut stream, I
Mhm.
had, like 10 people in there and I was like, wow, this is
Yeah,
fantastic. This
that's
is great. I have people talking in my chat. So like it's definitely different when you actually let your support system be a support system and you're not afraid
yeah.
to be like, "Hey, I'm trying this new thing."
Yeah, no,
Because,
it's
you know
like things changed so dramatically when I like had friends in the space because I started
Mhm.
streaming like long before I ever knew any of you guys that are like in
Yeah.
this kind of like wide span of a group. Um, I was just kind of like talking to a wall forever, and I was kind of telling Jingles when I was first thinking about like my like re-debut, I guess if we'll call it my rebrand. How I was when I was saying that I don't want to make a big deal out of it, I was kind of telling them I was like I don't miss it, but a part of me kind of misses when I would just like talk to the wall, like
Mhm.
because now I feel more pressure now that there's more people in there, but at the same time, it's like at least I'm not talking to a wall. But
Yeah.
True.
and I ended up having like my first real viewer because when you're a super small streamer and nobody knows about you yet, you get people in chat that are like, oh my god, this is so fun, and then they're just like, add me on Discord so I can ask you to send me $200 for emotes.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
the
And
bots.
and I go, I don't have $200 for emotes, bro. I'm not like keep the hustle on, I guess. I'm not doing all that. Or like, click on this link, delete the space for viewers. And it's like if I wanted viewers, I would maybe like promo this at all, but I'm fine just talking to the wall. But then I dropped Miscommunicate and I was promoting Miscommunicate. Jingles found that on TikTok. Jingles looked at my profile and saw that I was a streamer, and then joined when I was playing Life is Strange, and that was like them and Brandon, and then there was one other person too, who were like the first three people to ever be a real person and talk in my stream. Um,
Yeah.
and I didn't even know that they streamed for I think like a month after we became friends. They even they were like, join my Discord server, and I was like, you have one of those, okay? And so then I did, and and then I joined and I was like, holy shit, there's like people in here. Like kind of a lot. I think when I joined there was like 34 people in there, and to me that was like crazy. I was like, how do you have this many friends that are just like here? And it wasn't that they were just all Jingles friends, it was Jingles fans. And and then I learned after that they like have this whole thing going, and I went, that's crazy. I didn't know that you did this. I thought that you were just a silly person online. Um, and then obviously I met all of you guys through that. Um,
Yeah,
Yes.
Jingles
That's
really
amazing.
likes collecting people like
That's
Pokemon.
true.
It's interesting.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
tell. Yeah, Jingles has
Mhm.
so many people in the streamer space.
It's true. I think the thing I
Yeah.
like about our friend group in particular too is it's a good group of people. Like where we're at right now, I'm like, I like this group of people. Maybe sans a few. It's a joke. It's a joke.
I don't
Just
know.
kidding. Just kidding. But anyway,
I feel like our group is such a wide variety of talents.
Oh,
yeah,
totally.
definitely.
Yeah.
But I like the group of people that we are,
Yeah, and I love
which is
that it's
great.
just like I don't know, everybody is so nice,
Yeah.
and of like such a like variety of like audience size too.
Mhm.
Like from Keo to Grace's to like Jingles to people as small as myself where like on a good day I have 7 viewer average, and that's like a really good day. And
Yeah.
obviously I have no problem with that, but it's really cool to see like such a variety, and then like all of our audiences kind of start to like become a collective audience, and
Yeah. They
I think
just
it's really
merge a little
cool.
bit.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
think it's really cool how like I'll like watch Jingles stream and I'm like, oh, these are all people that I've seen in my chat a million times. Or I'll go and watch
Yeah.
like Romans or like Kios, and I'm like, oh, I know all of you. Like you guys are all of these like random people on the internet are all collectively fans of like this very broad friend group. And I think that's really cool.
Exactly.
I mean, obviously not all of them are everywhere, but
Yeah.
like
It's fun
we
to
know a
pinpoint
couple of
where
the
each
names.
freak came from.
Yeah. Each freak.
Yes.
Yeah.
um, I know many of mine are directly from Keo because
Yeah.
anytime I've went to watch Keo's stream, I know that she does the same thing for Jingles too. She freaks out when I'm in chat. Yeah, and I
Yeah,
love her.
me
I
too.
love her to death. It makes my head ginormous. My head grows like 10 times
No,
the size.
same.
She like
Because like
screams.
the
Yeah.
last time that I joined into Kyo stream, I was at work, but I had like my headphones in and I like typed in her chat. And I swear to God, she like broke the sound barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She screams. She screams so loud. I love her to death. And yeah, and then she says, "Everybody go follow."
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I had like 10 new followers just because Keo told them to. And now those 10 people are, we all know who they are. I can think of like 3 off the dome.
Yes.
Um but no, I love our little group. I feel better that I'm not as active in it. But also I haven't been
It's
streaming
okay.
either. So what can you do?
Yeah.
It's okay.
And
Plenty of
also
people
you
are
got,
active in it.
like
Yeah.
and like I think everybody understands because I'm pretty sure like 99% of the people that are in the chat, all of us included, have like chronic illnesses. So sometimes it's
Totally.
just really hard to be active in
Oh.
a group chat.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I know that many of us have some sort of like chronic illness or disability or
Mhm.
something. I feel like something about Twitch attracts
Yeah, I know.
ill
Well,
people.
I wonder why.
PC, common denominator.
Yeah,
But-
common denominator. Because we're all like sick and in pain. Like, I don't know.
yeah. But yeah, because I was gonna add on to like what you said, like with our friend group, like what I do really appreciate is even though we have people that are like all different size creators and like do different creative things, I I feel like you guys probably feel this way too, but I've never felt like there was a moment in time where I didn't belong in the friend group or that anybody
Totally.
felt like they were better than anybody else just because of how many followers they have.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, the moment that I joined the like server of everybody, the
Mhm.
day that I joined, y'all were like, who wants to play RV there yet? And I said, I don't have that game. Somebody, I don't even remember who, someone probably will. Somebody bought it for me. And then immediately,
Yeah.
and it was like, I don't remember who all was there. I think Zara, you were there. I know
I
Grace
was
was
there, yeah.
there. I'm pretty sure Weldon and Roman. And Jingles invited me to this group. Jingles was not even there, but you guys all treated me as if we had known each other forever. Like the moment, and I remember like going and telling Ellie this like after the fact. I was like, that was like the most welcoming experience I've ever had. Like where I joined this server also because of discourse. Like I was added for intel, and then I was ready to leave.
Oh, I forgot that's why you were added.
Yeah, I was added to that server strictly for intel, and then immediately after I was added to the server, I think it was Grace made an announcement that was like, "We need to start doing polls on if we can invite people," and I was like, "I will leave. I will leave right
Yeah.
now."
No,
I
it
will
wasn't even your fault. It's that like it was supposed to just be specific people from the group chat because it had gotten
Yeah.
so big. And then people just like started inviting people.
leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
And it started growing way too fast. And I went, whoa,
yeah.
pause,
And
time
those were,
out.
like, faceless online, but like posting selfies in there. So it was
Yeah, which was our big
very-
thing was like there was somebody in particular that was doing it just like inviting people that a
Mhm.
majority of people didn't know and I'm like, "Hey, a lot of us, well, some people, I was not. I post my face all the time,
Off the
but
record,
I was
tell me
like,
though.
Same.
Later.
oh yeah. But I basically Grace and I both had to message this person and we were just like, "Hey, I understand where you're coming from. The reason that we need to make sure that everybody's okay with it is because a lot of people that are in here are like faceless streamers and they
Mhm.
post their face in here because it's a friend server.
Yeah.
It's not just like a public streamer server.
Yeah.
And as much as you want to trust people because they're friends of your friends, like I don't know that person. They could go and spread all of our friends' faces all over the internet, you know?
Yeah. Or like private
Yeah.
information. Like
Exactly.
we all would talk
Because
a
there
lot
are
about
also
personal stuff.
yeah, and there's like also addresses and stuff and like where people live, like what states
Yeah.
and stuff in there.
Yeah,
So
a lot of private
Yep,
information.
yeah.
And Zara and I have learned the hard way not to trust people on the internet.
Yeah. No, yeah.
More lore I need to learn off the record.
Oh my god, me
Oh,
and her
literally.
were introduced to each other by the same person, so that we knew.
Yeah.
And then we started hanging out more than we hung out with that one person, and that person lost it, like devolved into the weirdest freak you've ever met.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And it just got worse and worse. And like if you Have you seen that trend on TikTok where it's like two friends holding hands and like the friend groups come and go in the background?
Yeah.
That's how it felt. That's how it felt. The weather is changing and they're just like
Yeah.
traumatized,
Oh my.
slowly getting more traumatized. That's how it felt.
Oh goodness.
It
But here
was- it
y'all
was a
are
time.
with your podcast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. 20 something
Mhm.
episodes deep, still don't know how to start it, still don't know how to end it.
Yep.
We're never organized. I want you to know, just for you, this is the most organized an episode has ever been.
No, I was gonna say this feels very
Truly.
organized for me.
Truly.
Yeah. I feel this
When
way.
we had Angie and Midas on, each of them were like, okay, so what do we do now? And we were like, I don't know.
Just
Okay.
long moments of silence while we were thinking about what to talk about. Oh God, what do we say?
You know what? Our intro has become very structured.
It has.
You will see our outro needs some work.
She
But
needs
that's
work.
okay.
I don't think that she's ever gonna be fixed. And I think that's the charm of it.
No, literally. Literally that's the charm. Like
Sure. Like we could have like avoided all of this by just pre-recording intro and outro and just slapping them on. But no.
I kind of
That's not
thought
fun.
that's what y'all did because I've listened to, a few episodes and the intros sound so similar every time at least.
Because we've really nailed the intro.
Yeah, and
we have.
personally, I really like the fact that we have to try not to laugh every time we start the intro, and it never fails that we laugh at least once or twice and have to restart at least once or twice or 3 times, sometimes 4 times.
I straight
this
up
time you
blame
got
our
it too.
facial expressions. It's our facial expressions because neither of us like control them well.
Seriously.
So like
No.
I'm trying to do my part and I look over and she's like, I'm like, oh fuck.
Smirking.
Mhm.
I'm just trying not to laugh. I'm trying to let you do what you have to do, but oh my God. But okay, yeah. So listen, speaking of being structured, I have my whole list, and I've
yeah.
asked you like one question, but I did want to ask this question because it's very fun, I think, and we talked about this whenever I was asking you about producing, which
Mhm.
I still have not even dipped my toes in, but we were talking about the kind of music you like and the kind of people that like kind of inspire you musically.
Yeah.
And you actually introduced me to at least a few artists that I'd never heard of. And like, even being somebody with a degree in music, like genres of music that I had never heard of, and my world has expanded. So I just feel like
I was
you
really
should
impressed when I
share.
said, I don't know if y'all who knew Nina Girachi is. And then you got it. I was like, whoa, I didn't expect you to know Nina. Okay.
Whoa.
I'm learning.
You're getting there. No,
But
I often tell
yeah.
people if you want to get into the niche underground of all of the EDM subgenres that are very poppy, let me know. Like,
Yeah. But yeah, because I was gonna ask, like, who do you think, like, for your own personal producing and stuff, who do you think influences you the most musically?
I mean, it's not like you can't hear it in any of the music that I have out now because, as I said earlier, like that was Ellie. Ellie makes pop music. I learned how to make pop music first. But for the stuff that I have been working on lately, I mean, I don't know. I have like desires, but I haven't like executed fully anything. But I was telling myself earlier this year that I actually like at the beginning of this year, I told myself that I wanted to still have a core of pop music, but I wanted to have like some pretty steep hyperpop influences with vocal chops and with like the like EDM type percussion, maybe like little tiny like beat drops here and there, nothing too insane, nothing to make it like dubstep or to make it EDM. I still wanted it to be pop music. I just
Yeah.
wanted it to lean into that pretty far. And I like had this vision in my mind that I didn't really quite know how to execute, but it was something that I hadn't ever heard yet. And then I went and I saw Aries perform with Tiffany Day. And when I watched Tiffany Day open for him, I went, holy shit, she's doing what I want. Like, that's exactly what was in my mind, is what she's doing. Her whole album, Halo, is like literally quite exactly what I wanted to do. And then she released that album, and I went, well, damn, she did it. It's pop music with the vocal chops, with the like moments, and it was so like eye opening to me. And I was still considering like going down that route, but after she went on tour with Aries, she has like dramatically increased with popularity. She has been thrown into the mainstream Excuse me. And I like anytime like there's this artist called Two Hollis. I don't know if you guys have heard of him, but when he started like getting a little bit more traction, anybody who made like similar like poppy, a little bit hip hoppy, pretty dubsteppy type music, everybody got called a Two Hollis clone. And then same with the artist called Breakins. When he like put out his, we love Breakins. When he put out his Hypochondriac album, anytime that anybody
Mhm.
put a Midwest emo guitar and with a little something experimental, everybody got called a Breakins clone. And since Tiffany J just picked up traction, I don't want to make the same genre as her because I don't want a bunch of people yelling at me, "You're just a Tiff clone. You're just a Tiff clone." I don't want to hear it because not that I had the idea before she had the idea. I so didn't, but I had the idea before I even knew who she was, you know? And I don't want
Yeah.
people to like say that I'm copying her because I'm not trying to. Though I do love her so much. I did meet
Me
her earlier this
too.
year. She's so
Oh
amazing.
my god.
She's like 3 foot nothing. She is tiny and she's the sweetest person in the world. And she's so funny. And I felt like a skyscraper standing next to her. And yeah, and no, she like gave me a very like big and genuine hug. She's so sweet. Um, and I'm trying to convince Ellie to buy us tickets to see her again. Because now Tiff like knows who Ellie is. She has liked Ellie's
Ugh.
posts on Instagram. And I'm saying if
Well, now you
we
guys have to go.
I know. I said, if we go and see Tiff again, there's a chance that we could meet her again. And then there's a chance that she would recognize you. And then what if you get a collab? That would be collab of the century. Um,
It would be
but
on repeat in my household.
literally, yeah. But no, currently, I don't know. I'm listening to a lot of Underscore's Fishmonger album. That's her album from 2021. It is very like pop punky, hyper poppy, little like hints of like EDM-y type. And that's my favorite album of hers. And I have been listening to it on repeat the last like couple of months. And so a part of me is like, do I want to kind of go that direction because I can play guitar, so I like could do the guitars, I could do the bass, um, like without like using samples or anything. Um, but I just don't really know if that's what I want. Ultimately, right now, I think that I'm planning on doing like some like cover songs, like where I reproduce. I was gonna tell you that too. A good way to learn how to produce is to listen to a song that doesn't sound incredibly complex and doing and figuring out how to replicate it as best as you can, and to like hone it in. It helps a lot with like figuring out how to do it. It's just like make a cover. And so I was thinking about doing a cover of something off of Fishmonger to see if I do enjoy producing in that kind of like subgenre. Um,
Yeah.
but otherwise, I don't know. I really do want to take a more, just in general, I want to take a more electronic influence. There's a little bit of it in The Fool, like with that second verse with the vocals being pitched up an octave, formant shifted like 2.5, and there's like some like kind of like clicky botanicals happening in the percussion in that section too. So I went like 10% there, but I want to go way more in that direction. But I do struggle a lot with like using my voice to its fullest capacity when I'm recording because I get really nervous even if I'm like alone. Just something about it is like it's like, why would I build in my microphone? I'm being cringy. Like that's like, and I really need to get over that. Because like my singing voice and my music I have out right now sounds like my talking voice. The moment that I'm in the car, I don't sound like that. Like I don't know why I can't record in that same like range. A bitch can belt, like but I can't do it when I'm recording. But I truly, at the end of the day, to answer your question, I don't know where I'm going with my music. I'm still learning how to produce and everything. I've only been producing for like 9 months. Um, and I have a lot to learn. And every time I open a DAW, I'm learning more. And I watch a lot of YouTube videos of people producing. I'll get in like VC with my producer friends who are like really incredible at it, and I'll just like watch them work, and it teaches me a whole lot. Oh my God, I was watching Swaddle work on that song, and they changed my brain chemistry because they produced like the like chorus or the hook or the drop or whatever first.
Yeah.
The first thing they
Oh.
did was like build this like this super built up section, and then they like selected all of it and moved it over, and we're like, okay, so how are we going to lead up to that? Hello, I did not know that was an option. I didn't know that you
Wait, that's
could
such a
do this.
good
You could start
idea.
in the middle. Yeah, game changing. So
Ugh,
yeah, no, I'm gonna try that out, and I think that that's gonna like
yeah.
unlock a new part of my brain. Truly.
I love that because I've never even thought about that either. Because I'm like, oh, if you're producing a song, you start from the beginning. But like, because usually when I write songs, I start with a chorus. I will
Yes, yeah.
get a really solid chorus because then I'm like, I can build, like, I can build the verses. I can
Mhm.
build like the bridge off of this. I could build the outro off of this. Why wouldn't you just do that with producing too? Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like after you hear about it, you're like, God, yeah, obviously. But like, it's something that you don't ever think of because you open the
Right.
DAW, it starts at bar one. You would never think of like building out this giant section and then just like moving it all
Just
over
scooch it
16
over. Yeah.
bars. Yeah, like okay, that's gonna be at the end now. Like what? I didn't know you could do that. Um, but yeah, ultimately, I'd love to just take a more electronic direction. I don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't know if it's gonna end up like sleazy, like a kind of like
Mm.
um I don't know. Me and Reverie have been talking about getting into our indie sleaze era. He actually DM'd me this morning
Mm.
and said, "I'm still waiting for our indie sleaze era." And so that would be more like around the lens of like like Slater leaning into Nina Geraci kind of
Mm.
sounding.
Yeah.
Or if I want to keep pretty pop centered, like a Tiffany Day type, um, or like even like a Hollis type or a Breakins type. But yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna kind of go with the flow. I have no idea when I'm gonna end up releasing my next thing. Because I have Ellie mix and master everything for me, and she's like the busiest
Mhm.
person in the world these days. As a person who like doesn't have a job now, because she
Hey,
makes
she does have a job.
she has
Music's
the
her full-time job.
coolest job in the world. Yeah,
Right,
she
literally.
does music and 3D animates full time. And she makes good money doing it. And but that means that she is working 24/7. She does not have a moment
Yeah.
off. Literally every time her phone goes off, it's work related. So um, I ask her sometimes like, can we work on something together? Because she inspires me a lot. It's
Yeah.
easy for like I could be completely uninspired, but if she were to say, "Hey, do you want to make a song?" and I said yes, and we sat down together, then all of a sudden the ideas are flowing and we're bouncing things off of
Mhm.
each other. But she's like a mastermind. She's been doing this for over a decade, so um, easy for her to do it. I'm still a baby. I'm a novice. I'm an infant. Um, yeah,
Yeah.
I wanna get more fun with it. I don't wanna be just another, like pop person. But also there's like 100 million genres now. Everybody's doing genre breaking stuff. So it's like even if I break genres, it's like somebody else, 40 other people broke it before me. It's like I'm not trying to innovate something new. I'm just kind of trying to branch out from what I'm doing.
Mhm. But I feel like even if it's like, oh, I'm like bending genres, but it's not new, it's fun because it's you and it's something where your experiences in your life and like the things that you've gone through is it's going to shape your music in one way or another.
Totally.
And I think that even like as a like listener, not just as somebody making music, like that's the most fun part of hearing something new or re-listening to something is you're like, I wonder like what this person went through to get to this point with this song or with this album,
Hmm.
and like what influenced them to create this art this way.
Yeah, and I mean not to like just like bring up a bunch of other artists all the time, but like I thought about that when I was listening to Fishmonger like front to back for the first time. Underscores has been doing a lot of interviews lately because she's starting to hit the mainstream, and a lot of these interviewers are like saying like, oh, Fishmonger was a concept album, blah 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 blah, and then she corrects them every time and was like, no, that wasn't really like that was just like me, it was personal. Like they always say like your new album You is such a personal album, it's your first like really personal album, and she goes, it is personal but it's not that. And
Yeah.
I listened to Fishmonger complete front to back for the first time, and lyrically like yeah, that whole album is super personal. Like why did they think it was this like conceptual storytelling like thing? Like she truly is like I feel like it's pretty in your face. Like one of my favorite songs is Bozo Bozo Bozo. And the like whole song, at least my like interpretation of it is like she's calling herself a stupid dumb idiot the entire song for never shutting up and just telling everybody everything about herself and oversharing everything all the time. And the chorus is boza boza boza, you're an idiot, you know, like, and that's just what the whole song is. And um I don't know, that whole album, it's like so not a concept album. It's very personal. So and I've always wanted to be very personal and upfront. Anytime I bring like lyric ideas to Ellie, she goes, I think that's a little
Mhm.
bit too deep. And I go, I don't think you understand that I want it to be deep. Like I
Yeah.
don't want things to be surface level. I understand that when things are surface level, they're more relatable because then it's up to interpretation heavily. And I do
Mhm.
want to leave enough up to interpretation, but I still do want it to reflect my experience as a person. Like we all, like even if I like straight up said a thing, you know, like I have a whole song written right now that I like haven't produced anything around, but I have like a really solid idea in my head. And the song, I think that most people would interpret it as like a toxic like relationship of like a constant like push and pull and like a desperate desire for more, but like never anything being given back to you. And the song is kind of centered around the like, what is the line in the chorus? I used to have it written down literally like on my desk so I wouldn't forget about it. Oh, it's right here. Let me find it. What's the line that I had written? Where is it? Blah 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 blah. Oh, I won't keep building bridges for somebody who never gets to it. Like I'm not gonna keep building a bridge for you if you're never gonna take the step. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm done doing this. And it's very easily interpreted the way that I wrote it about like it could be about a friendship, it could be about a relationship. It's about my dad. Like this is about
Yeah.
my father actually.
Ugh.
But I never like explicitly state anything familial in there. It's just a lot of
Mhm.
like you come to me, you act like you want to make this work. I am pouring everything into you, and then you let go again. And I'm not going to keep reaching out to you. I'm done reaching out to you because you will never actually do with these things that you're saying that you're doing.
Yeah.
Not to like turn into a mild trauma dump, but like that's
Hey, listen, we all got the strained father
we
relationship
do.
here. So,
Mhm.
in fact, I can't wait until you release this and then I can add it to the list of songs that I listen to where I'm like, damn, I really relate to that. That's
Yeah.
how my father is.
That's about
True.
yeah. What's that one? Happier Than Ever, Billie Eilish.
Mhm.
I know that that's about a relationship. I always view it as being about a father. Like
Yeah.
that's like
True.
I listened to that song and I went, "This is about my dad, actually, specifically mine."
No, yeah, that's how so like I'm really big into this artist. Her name is Leanna Firestone. She's very much like singer songwritery. And she has written so many songs about her dad. She doesn't have like a great relationship with him. She used to have a really good one with him. And she used to post about him all the time on TikTok before things kind of went south. But like every time she releases a song and it's about her dad, it is the most gut wrenching, gut punch, like literally throw
Send me a
every
link.
emotion you feel in your face. Yeah.
Yeah.
Link
me.
And I love songs like that. And maybe it's the trauma, maybe it's the mental illness, but songs like that, I love that there's like a little bit, not just a little, there's a lot of relatableness in it. And it also, I think, kind of helps people when they hear like, hey, this person sharing this, I have felt this exact same way and I'm not alone in that,
Yeah.
which is sad,
Yeah.
but also it's great to know that like you're not alone in the fact that some fathers just aren't great.
Yeah, sometimes they're
Yeah.
not. Actually, unfortunately, I think many times they're not.
Yeah,
A lot of the time,
That's,
actually.
like, pretty much a common denominator for many people, at least that
Yeah.
I know. But
Yeah, same.
but yeah, no, I tell Ellie all the time, like I want my lyrics to be deep and personal, but that's also part of why I
Mhm.
want to go a little bit more electronic, a little bit more like manipulating my voice because a part of me wants it to be hard for you to hear what I'm saying. I don't want
Mhm.
it to be crystal clear. I don't want me to be telling you what the lyrics are. I almost want you to have to look up the lyrics and then read them as
Mhm.
poetry and then like figure it out for yourself and interpret it how you want to interpret it. Um, there's a lot of artists that I listen to that do like very similar where like you could never like know what they were saying unless you like looked it up or if you have like the most perfect ears ever, or like trained yourself to know how this artist, you know, sings. But um I want to be deep in cutting mostly because like I can only bring myself to write if I'm going through something. Like
Yeah,
so I mean like
same.
I've written like a lot of stuff that's like, you know, like sleazy, like clubby, like a little bit sexy, you know, like very like surface level, like really anybody could do it. Like anybody can sit down and write like a sleazy love song, you know.
Yeah.
But the times when I do my best writing is the times when I am like in moments of crisis. And like when I'm in a moment of crisis, I'm not going to be like writing a love song. I'm not going to be like writing something
No.
like surface level. I'm going to be, you know, writing about how hard that this thing I'm going through is, how lonely I feel, how, you know, how it feels to be in a room full of people yelling at you, I love you so much and I care about you so much, but the like overbearing feeling of like despair that
Yeah.
is still felt in those moments. And sometimes my lyrics are a little bit too harsh, but you know, like, but but nothing that's like out right now. That's actually like one of the cool things about Copilot specifically. Copilot is actually the lyrics are taken from different poems that I had written from ages like 12 to 20. Like that's why it doesn't read well as a story is because like if you like sit and read the lyrics of Copilot, it doesn't really tell much of a story. It's still really catchy. It's still a good song. But
Yeah.
but if you like read it as a story, it's not going to tell one. And it's because it's about my old roommate and how she was freaking insane. It's about my best friend from high school and how that fell out. It's about my ex-fiance. It's about my father. It's about like uh you know, moments in my addiction when I was younger, you know, like it's about 100 things. It's just
Mhm.
that lyrically the lines went well together and that's why they are together.
Yeah.
Miscommunicate is really like the one song that is written about one thing that I have. Like even The Fool, it's like it's mostly about this one ex that I have and
Mhm.
like how, you
Which
know,
I was gonna ask about, yeah, like if it was like more personal or if it was just like a conceptual kind of song,
yeah,
but
The Fool is it is a lot more personal. I had what really like what created The Fool. What is that one lyric? I forget my own lyrics all the time. Um,
me too.
but so there's a line in The Fool that is like mildly inspired by an unreleased 21 Pilot song from like 15 years ago. It's the line about I I think it's like I buried the hatchet but I dug it up. And that was I kind of wanted to go more like weird with it like 21 Pilots did, but they have a lyric that's what is it? It's something around the lines of like my treehouse is on fire and for some reason I have gas on my hands. And it's because like it's like yeah, why is this thing on fire? Holy shit, I did that myself. Like why is there gas in my
Yeah.
hands? It's because I did this. And that's not really what my lyric is saying. Mine is more of like a I wanted to be done and over with this. I want to stop thinking about you so bad. These random things keep reminding me of you and then I keep thinking about you. And no, they're not good thoughts. They're never good thoughts. It's hateful. I don't like you. Um
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean a lot of the lyrics in The Fool are just kind of like filler. Like we were just trying to figure out something that rhymed, you know, but at its core The Fool is about one particular person. And so is Miscommunicate. Actually the person who Miscommunicate is written about actually like just reached out to me and was like, "Oh my god, I started listening to your music and it's so good. I listen to it all the time. The Fool is my favorite song." And uh I'm not gonna tell her that my best song is about her, and it's not nice. It is
Oh
not a
god.
nice song. Well, I'm sure if she read the lyrics, she would know it's about her.
Yeah.
I was in a relationship with her for like 4 years. Like, there's no way she wouldn't know. It's pretty clear. It's clear to like everybody who knows me, who like heard the song for the first time. They go, "Oh, this is about. I know who that's about." Yeah, And I go, yeah, you're right. That is exactly what I
Yeah,
wrote. She
yeah,
sucked. But yeah, Miscommunicate is a toxic relationship. The Fool is about trying so
Yep.
hard to get over a bad relationship. And Copilot is about whatever the hell you want it to be about, because I don't know what it's about. I don't know, Friends, I guess.
Could
It's
be
so,
about anything.
I love it though. I do love Copilot. But so I think it's really cool too. And I think that really the whole friend group really feels this way. But like when I go onto Spotify, because like Daru and I listen to the very small but very wonderful discography of Hillside very
Which is
often.
very sweet.
But it's so surreal and also really cool to watch like the stream numbers go up, because I'm like,
Totally.
that's my fucking friend and
Yeah.
they are out here and killing it, and I am so proud. And it's just cool. And it's not even like a hey, what can I get out of it? It's just like a seeing the people that you care about doing really well at something that they really enjoy and something that they're passionate about is just like, it's a really good feeling, you know?
Yeah, no, I know exactly where you're coming from. I literally like Ellie, you know? Like
Yeah.
I'm not here,
That's
obviously I'm not here to get things out of her, but like it has been really
yeah.
cool to watch her go from, she had like 4,000 monthly listeners at the start of the year. I saw her reach 35,000 monthly listeners,
Mhm.
and now it's dropped back down to like 16,000 just because like Spotify consolidates shit at the beginning of every month or whatever the hell, and it messes
Yeah.
up your numbers. But no, I totally get what you mean. It's really cool to,
Yeah.
and it's cool for me to like watch the numbers happen, but I had to kind of stop looking at it because when you stop releasing music, fun fact, if you don't release it and stop promoting it, your numbers go down.
Stream numbers go
Yeah.
down, yeah.
Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, the streams don't. I mean, they're not growing exponentially like they once were, but like the monthlies, that's what gets me.
Yeah.
For the first time ever, I have dipped below 100 monthly listeners, and I'm not like beating myself up about it. Obviously, I haven't released music, I haven't promoted anything at all ever. But yeah, for the first time I dipped below 100 monthlies. When I put out The Fool, I reached 500 monthly listeners, which I mean, like for a big artist, that's like nothing. You make no money off of that, but it was just really cool to be like, holy shit, 500 people, dude. I'm imagining if there's 500 people in the parking lot of my apartment building.
Right.
Hello,
Like a
that's a
room
lot
full
of
of that many
people.
people. Yeah.
That's a lot of people. Like that's a full venue. Like that's crazy. And so yeah, that was yeah, no, it's cool watching the numbers even when they're going down. It's interesting to watch them go down
Mhm.
too. The byline flip did not perform weirdly as well as I thought it was going to, but I think it's because the song is so long and it's like it takes a long time to get to the fun part. But no, The Fool did really really well, and
Yeah.
Miscommunicate I think is getting close to 5,000 streams. If not,
Let's see. Let me look at it right now.
I know that
I
it's
had
at
it
least
pulled
getting
up
close to
just in case.
5,000.
Let's see. It's at 5,244.
Yeah, which is crazy. And Miscommunicate isn't even a year old. I think it came out August. Of
I
last
love
year.
that.
Yeah. So yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah. Finding out Miscommunicate, my number one listened to song the entire time I've ever had Spotify
It
was crazy.
Crazy. Yeah.
I mean, what?
That-
It's like 500 listens or something, and I went,
Yeah, that I was in so much shock. I was like, because I was thinking about like, bro, I've had Spotify for like ever, you know, like I have no idea what my number one top list. It was probably some shit from Follow Boy. I don't know, but like, when you sent me that, I was like, there's no way. Like, there's no way that's not just like your top listen like of the week, you know?
No.
Like,
it was all time.
no, yeah, that's insane. Yeah,
Some of the other ones in my top like 5, I was like,
Ooh. Oh,
No, yeah, I bet a bunch of my top listens are like cringe central, but no, yeah,
yeah.
no,
Oh,
it was really sweet when
speaking-
you told me that.
I was so shocked. I went, oh,
Roman has a playlist called "My Friends Made This," and it's just me and Ellie.
Oh,
It's
oh,
just
that's
me and Ellie.
so
Isn't that
sweet.
so
I
cute?
love that.
Roman's like a super supportive dad of the group.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
It was so cute. He streamed the other day, and I don't remember what his stream title said, but he was a boba cup, and it was like the stream not sponsored by Boba Break or something
really
like the
so
podcast Boba Break.
Yeah,
Yeah. And I was like, ugh. Roman's like, he's that friend where if you do something, if you put something out onto the internet, if you are any kind of creative person, he's going to support it full-heartedly. He is definitely the dad of
He's
our friend group,
he's
and
so
I
like-
sweet.
appreciate him so much.
He's like putting our report cards up on the fridge.
Yeah, literally.
Like,
He's like,
even
"Oh
though
my
it's not
god, look at
straight
this
A's."
drawing."
No, he's so cute. I love him so much. He's so sweet. But yeah, when he told me that he had that, or I think it might have been Jingles that told me about that playlist that he has, I was like, that's the cutest. I'm gonna sob. Like, that's the cutest thing ever. But no, he's so supportive about anything creative, and I think too, like, I mean, like, his full-time job is to be creative, so I think that he just like
That's
has a
true.
big passion for the arts, you know, and I
Yeah.
respect that mad. But no, he's such a sweetheart, and I love all the support that I've gotten from like everybody in our friend group. It's been so sweet.
Yes. Which also I appreciate you. This it reminded me of this. We had to have a little talk the other day because I found this artist, I'm going
Oh.
to use that term loosely, on
Yeah.
TikTok, and this is a big epidemic on TikTok.
Huge.
And I was like, "Oh, this sounds great. This sounds great." And then I sent it to Hill, and I was like, "Hey, I wonder if you would like this." And then Hill's like, "I have some bad news, bestie.
Yeah.
This is AI." And it's so
It's really
bad because
convincing.
now
Yeah.
AI music has gotten to a point where, like Hill told me, if you don't know what that specific sound in
Mhm.
vocals is that makes it obvious that it's AI, you wouldn't know.
Yeah, if you don't know what artifacts to look out for, you would have no idea. I mean, like, and AI music, like, back in like 2023, like before we really knew like the effects of AI, like, I have reservations about talking about it publicly, but I will because it's like at the end of the day, what is there to be ashamed of? But like, yeah, of course, I like played around with like Suno and stuff like that back in 2023 before we knew the effects of it
Mhm.
because I just wanted to know what it sounded like, and
Yeah, it was like something that seemed like new and
yeah,
possibly
it was just
exciting.
yeah, no, like I would have never like called it my music. I would have never released
Yeah.
it. That would have never been a thought behind my mind. But more of like a like what were those like apps that you like the Smule apps that you could get that were like you say
Yeah.
a
Oh my
sentence and
God,
it raps
yeah.
it back to you or whatever. Like it felt like that to me. And so like I
Mhm.
played around with it and I was just seeing what was up and I mean like back in 2023, yeah, it sounded like shit. Like it was awful.
It did.
Um
And like when I think of AI music, that's what I think of is like the really like it sounds like auto tune, like bad auto tune, and you're like,
mhm.
"Oh, this is obviously AI," and like something doesn't quite add up with like the timing of the music
Oh
is like
yeah.
slightly off, or like
Suno speeds up the tempos like in the middle of the song
yeah,
all the time. That's like a main thing.
yeah,
I follow a lot of people on TikTok now that like specifically dedicate their time to
mhm,
like outing AI music that is
yeah,
released and telling people how to like look out for it. I spend a lot of time
mhm,
watching those videos. And a lot of it is like the typical like vocal hiss. If you listen to an AI song, there
yeah,
is like a hiss that is behind the vocals at all times. And I'm scared of they're probably gonna figure out a way to get rid of that. And that's gonna piss me off because that's like my main
yeah,
tell is the vocal hiss. And you hear it a little
mhm,
bit in Vocaloid too. And Vocaloid is like similar to like an AI voice model. So like it makes sense. But they have that hiss and the tempo is like never the
mhm,
same. There's always like
yeah,
a specific sound to the synths and stuff. Like it doesn't matter like what what like genre you want it to make. Like it's gonna have something that sounds AI. And yeah, when you
yeah,
sent me that song, I listened to it and I heard those vocals and I went, nope. And I
which
will
is a
say like
shame.
there
Yeah,
are like there's this new manual tuning software that people use now instead of Melodyne. Melodyne's been like kind of the standard
yeah, that's what
forever.
I have on my PC.
Yeah, and Melodyne's great. But there's a new one that is like cheaper and a little bit more user friendly. And it's called Vovius. And Ellie was using it for a little bit until she realized that when she would like export it out of Vovius, it had that hiss.
And then it sounded AI.
AI. And it's not AI. It's not an AI powered like
Mhm,
software. It's nothing like that. It's just like the manipulation that can sound like that. And so
yeah,
she went back to Melodyne. I had downloaded Vovius and I got rid of it too. Just because I don't want people claiming that I'm using AI in my music when I'm totally not, just because it has
yeah,
that vocal hiss. So there's a lot of things that cause that, but when I heard that
mhm,
vocal hiss, I went, ugh, that's a red flag. And then I realized that there's no face at all on that Spotify profile. And I went, and also the pictures could have easily been AI generated. And I went, "Oh," like they don't look AI generated. They could have been like a photo shoot, but like
Yeah.
when you think of like a person who has 400 monthly listeners, that kind of
Mhm.
person's likely not going to have the kind of budget to do a photo shoot like that. And
Yeah.
um and then there's a lot of websites where you can like, put in the link to a song and it'll tell you how likely it is to be AI generated, and it came back
Mhm.
like 98%, and I went like, "Ugh, I
Damn.
don't want to be the one to tell her, but I'm gonna tell Zane."
No, I'm glad that you did, because like I was so upset too, because I was like, oh my god, this is like exactly the kind of genre of music that I really love. It's like the kind of genre of music I want to make.
Yeah, like it was like
And
cool. It
so
was
I
like
was like,
R&B ish. Like it sucks that it's good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like R&B-ish and also like pop alternative a little bit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I started going into a deep dive of like the culmination of AI music on TikTok, and I've realized something else that like really commonly happens is like the time signature going from like 4/4 common time to going to 3/4,
Yeah.
which is not like you can't do that in a song, but the amount of
People do
artists
it,
that
yeah.
don't do that.
Mhm.
So for that to be such a common thing, like it's one of those things now where I'm like, I'm listening. If it goes out of common time into 3/4, then I'm suspicious.
Yeah, another thing too is like if you like I don't know. I mean, if you found a clip on TikTok, you're not gonna hear it as easily. But like a lot of times too, I've noticed is that during the chorus, it'll straight up like bump the BPM by like 20. Like
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah.
it'll be like boom, 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 boom,
Mm-hmm.
boom, 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 boom. Like it'll just like increase like crazy, and then it'll like go back down and go back up, and it's never consistent. Like, and
Mhm.
again, these are all things that like unfortunately places like
Yeah.
all of those different like music generations websites, they can improve that, and I hate that they can improve that. But
Mhm.
in good news for us AI music haters, is that Tidal, Deezer, Spotify are all cracking down really really hard on it. Spotify fully
Which is great.
removed over 75 million songs off of Spotify
That's
that
good.
were AI generated, and Tidal is now like marking everything like blatantly as AI if they detect AI, and I think Deezer is doing the same
Yeah.
thing too. I think that Tidal and Deezer are like intending on not paying out anything to anybody who AI generates their music or like uses a significant amount of AI.
Mhm.
And I don't know. AI as a whole is a very it's a very nuanced conversation, but I think that it becomes significantly less nuanced when we're talking about the arts.
Yeah.
When we're talking about cancer detection, yeah, use
Yeah.
it. Yeah, use it when we're talking about things like that.
Exactly.
But when we're talking about like I saw a quote one time that was like, I would rather the robot do my dishes so I can make art, not do my art so I have time to do my dishes. You know, like
Yeah, same.
um
I think there is like there's a line between like this thing helps make lives easier and also potentially helps like save lives and things like that. And then there's the downside of it that we have where it steals art, including like digital music,
yeah.
like physical art even.
Suno's going
And
through like
then
their third lawsuit right now for stealing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then also we have things like Chat GPT and
Mhm.
all of the other ones that are contributing to the current literary crisis
Oh,
that we
yeah.
have.
As if we weren't stupid enough as a country.
Mhm.
Truly, truly.
Yeah, no, it's only gotten significantly worse.
Mhm.
People have forgotten to just like use a search engine. I mean, even now, if you use
Yeah.
Google, unless you like do a bunch of things to turn it off, like
Yeah, you have the AI right there front and
it's
center.
front and center. And it used to be like if you expanded it, it just expanded it. But now if you press expand, it like opens up Gemini to like talk to it. And it's like, I don't want to
Yeah.
fucking talk to Gemini. Just show me Reddit, please. Give me Reddit. And yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
there's the pros and the cons and the I don't know. And
I will have
center's
I
bad, you know. But
feel like I also have to say this is like I am worried about like the Google AI overview that comes up. As somebody that works in healthcare and works in a pharmacy, and especially like in a hospital setting, there's a lot of times where I've gone in because I'm like, hey, I don't remember exactly what this drug does. I know like what classification it's in. I don't remember exactly what it does. So I go to look it up and then I see the like overview, and the information it's giving about the drug is wrong. And some of
It
it's really
lies.
dangerous.
Yeah. No, it
It's
lies
really
in a like
dangerous.
very dangerous way. Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like, especially for things like medications, like, I'm sorry, the fact that there's been multiple times where I go in and then it says that this drug can be taken with this other drug, and I'm like, no, it can't.
No.
They literally counteract with each other, and
Yeah.
that's fucking dangerous. Like some of these could stop your heart if you're not careful.
Yeah.
So
You're gonna go into
yeah, I
That's
think
why I
it's
just
gonna start
messaged
your
you
car.
instead.
No, it really
just
is,
message
yeah. Been working off the clock real quick, Sarah. Yeah.
me.
I do it. I'm like, they just prescribed me this. Can I take this with this? And she's like, yes or no.
Yeah. Yes. No.
Yeah.
Be careful. Watch out. It's dangerous.
But yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, so not
websites
only
dedicated to like, does this interact with this? Use the
literally,
website.
yeah,
Do not ask
there,
Gemini. Do not ask
yeah,
ChatGPT. They don't know. Those AI models hallucinate like crazy. And
mhm,
like I'm gonna say something that I like haven't really talked about publicly at all because of the shame that I have around it. But about a year ago, it was like a year and a half ago, I had very temporarily a job in data analysis, and
mhm,
and I didn't know when I first took it, but it was to train new models of large language models. And granted, the job
mhm,
was very important. My job was to find out that it's lying, was to find hallucinations, it pulling things out of its ass,
yeah,
and making sure that it doesn't generate things that are racist or ableist or homophobic and things like that. And at the end of the day, like, yeah, I mean, it was important because it's important that it doesn't hallucinate and do these things, but when I was working on Gemini, obviously it didn't fucking work. That was a year and a half ago. And they've put out
yeah,
like 3 new versions of it. And it still hallucinates all the time.
yeah.
There's
It's
no
still
like,
fucking ass.
no matter how many times you say, if you don't have confidence in the answer, then tell me that. It will still hallucinate. It will still keep lying to you. And
Yeah,
I'm very glad that I don't work for that job anymore. For multitudes of reasons. But obviously it's not getting the job done anyway. Like there's thousands
no,
of people that have jobs around these lines through different companies that get contracted to do things like that. I cannot legally say what company I used to work for because I had to sign an NDA, believe it or not, to never speak their name. But yeah, no, obviously it's not fucking getting the job done. And
mhm,
it was good money too. These people are making 26, 28, 35 an hour. To do this kind of stuff, and it's not even getting anything done because Gemini, Claude, all of them are still lying like crazy, and it is so dangerous. Like there have been times when I've like googled like again like things about medication or like things about like my chronic illness or disabilities or things like this, and like looking for comorbidities and stuff, and obviously majority of the time I go straight to Reddit because like that's where you're gonna find the truth. But sometimes just out of curiosity I will read what does Gemini have to say, and a lot of the times it's just pulling things out of its ass, and
yeah, it
it's
does.
so dangerous, the things that it says. I think there was a time too when my sister was put on a medication on top of another medication she was on, and my mom told me about it, and I'm no pharmacist. I don't work anywhere in that, but I have like a lot of knowledge on that kind of stuff because of all of the stuff I've had to take. And I told her, I was like, I don't think you're supposed to take those things together. Was it a regular doctor that prescribed this, or was it like a psychiatrist? And she said it was her regular doctor. And I said, okay, regular doctors don't often know about this stuff because that's not like you'd think a doctor's supposed to know everything. Doctors don't know everything, especially when it comes to psychiatric medication. That is why psychiatrists exist. And like the two of those together, if it works for her, it works for her, but she can like never take anything like Zofran ever again because like
Yeah.
this chance of like serotonin syndrome is like through the roof, and
Yes. Yeah.
and that's something no one ever talks about.
Mhm.
Or like, oh yeah, if she's taking these two things together, then that's whatever, but like don't let her anywhere near a grapefruit. Like
Yeah.
Literally.
Which drives me crazy too, especially if it's like it's not a psychiatrist, it's a regular doctor prescribing any kind of SSRI, and certain other kinds of like mental health medications, that there's a very real chance that you can have a counteract situation because of eating grapefruit.
It's always fucking grapefruit.
Yeah.
It's not that good of a fruit.
No, it's not. It's ass.
Actually.
It's gross.
Oh.
Yeah, sorry, guys. I'm
Well,
angry.
we all have our individual tastes. That's okay.
Yeah. No, I was
can't
like,
be perfect, too.
heartbroken when I learned
Some are
I
right,
couldn't
some
have
are wrong.
grapefruit. Yeah, because
Yeah.
I had like a 5-year period where I was on meds that I couldn't eat grapefruit, and I was torn. First thing I did when I got off those meds is I ate so much grapefruit that actually I haven't eaten it in years because now I can't stand it because I kind of overdid it.
You just ate too much of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but what can you do? It's always
Yeah,
grapefruit.
well, we can't all be flawless.
No, literally. Yeah, we all have our imperfections. Mine is enjoying grapefruit. Why not? Put
Yeah,
some sugar
yeah.
on there. That shit's so good. Come
Sure.
on. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
Grace
you know,
is gonna kill me.
no. You can eat what you want to eat. That's perfectly fine. I'm sure I eat plenty of
have
stuff
all
that
the
people would look
grapefruit.
at and go, ew.
Oh, same.
Me when any
Yeah.
seafood is involved, I can't do it. I can't take it.
It's fair. It's
I
fair.
used to be
I
able
don't
to
eat a lot
fuck
of
up some
seafood.
shrimp, but now the shrimp will fuck me up, possibly kill me.
Yeah.
But, you know.
Yeah, that's not
Well,
good.
you know,
Yeah. Don't do
you know,
that.
that is something. That is
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
As much as I would love to continue talking, I don't want to edit a 2-hour podcast.
Oh yeah, no, I've realized we're coming up on an hour and a half.
Yeah.
We just been yapping, which is
Yeah.
what usually happens.
No, and-
I
And you know
got
what?
through 2 of my questions, and I think that's good enough. There were 5 in total. I tried to not
Do
overshoot
we want to
because
do
I
a
was like, we
super fast
might.
speed run where I won't yap?
Oh my god, if you can.
Well,
I'll try
to be
really
fair,
hard.
you kind of answered some of the other questions. The other one was, when can we expect more Hill music?
Don't know.
Okay. The other one was, were there any other genres that you want to explore going into, new Hill eras?
I already told you.
Yeah, you already told me. That was it, actually, really.
Okay,
Because then you
okay.
answered, because kind of combine the two of like musical inspirations, and then like kind of like going into the future of like, yeah. But yeah,
Beautiful.
that was an awesome
Well,
speed run. That was really difficult.
yeah, that was
really
super
was,
difficult.
truly,
That's why I
truly.
say, like, you already answered the question,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
We got there eventually. No, I told you, you don't have to worry about moments of silence with me. I talk.
Which is great.
And you know what,
We
Pop
love
Up?
that.
It was such a solid string of thoughts that I'm not going to have to edit it too much, so I'm happy with that.
No, it's beautiful. Also, I was gonna say, so it is, a podcast about you, but I think in the spirit of things, and because we love Ellie so much, we usually ask our guests to plug their social media, whatever they work on with creation. If you want to also plug Ellie's stuff as well, so that we can have our listeners listen to both of you.
Oh yeah, I mean she's way cooler than me. So like, yeah, I mean,
No, you're both equally cool.
I'm Hillside on everything you could ever imagine. H1LLSID3, but she's way cooler. LIJ off. That's on like everything except for like Instagram. It's Elijah Project, one word. And she's really cool. She does a lot of 3D animation, and she's awesome.
It is super
So-
cool. Like PS
Yeah, she does a
one
lot of
type.
PS2 type. Yeah.
Yeah, PS2. Yeah,
hmm No, she's awesome.
I love
But yeah,
that.
check her out more than me. TBH. Shout out to her. She's the whole reason I exist. So
That's so real.
yeah.
Well, all right.
Before we give our stuff, is there anything else that you want to say to the Boba Break listeners?
Keep listening to Boba Break because I love Grace and Zara so much. They're my friends.
Oh,
And also follow them on Twitch if you don't already. Because they're cool. And everywhere else. Follow them in real life. Just kidding. Don't do that. That's scary.
wait, no, yeah, no, hold on a
Whoa,
second. Wait,
not
hold on.
again.
Right, I had enough of that already.
Yeah.
No. Me standing outside your door right now.
Oh
Well,
no,
you're a
that's
different
perfect.
story.
can
You
come
can
inside.
follow us any day. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm glad that we got that cleared up.
Yeah. You're welcome to. I'll even drop you my
Alright.
address if you really want it.
I'll make it have mine too.
Say it
We'll-
on the
we'll
pod
put
right
them
now,
both
let
in
me
here.
know.
Okay.
All right. Well, as always, guys, we have some social media. If you don't follow us, what are you doing at this point? Like, come on.
Exactly. Our Twitter is boba_break. Our Blue Sky is bobreakpodcast.bsky.social. And then we have an Instagram, which is boba_break_podcast.
Period.
And then we have an email, and that is podcast.boba.break@gmail.com. You can send us emails there with topics you want to hear, stories you want us to tell, or stories you just want us to read and react to.
Period.
Period.
Thank you so much, Hill, for joining us, for agreeing to let us interview you, interrogate you. It's time to arrest you now.
I'm getting really warm
And,
with this bright light that you've put on me.
Oh, I know. I'm
really
so
sort of
sorry.
like,
I'm so sorry. I'll give you like some nice cold glass of water and a blanket so that you can get, cozy, regulate your body temperature.
blanket goes over my
and
face,
it'll be
water
fine.
goes over my face.
It's actually just code for waterboarding.
Yeah.
And on that note, it's been real, you guys. We'll catch you in the next episode. Stay safe, stay hydrated, please. It's very hot outside. Anything else to add?
Nope, just that we love you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.